Guys, I'm so grateful for this opportunity to be a part of this business and to really be a part of other people's lives to help make a huge impact. Guys, not only has this helped me out, but it's helped tremendously a lot of people out, right? And I never thought that being able, just having like a simple product was going to change my life. But I think the biggest thing, guys, is mindset, right? Let me tell you about mindset. Mindset is what changes the trajectory and the direction of everything. And a lot of people say like the mind, the mind, the mind. You got to have a good mindset. You got to do personal development. But what does that really mean? And one thing that means to me is, personal development is more than just, the motivational videos you hear. Mindset is more than just thinking better. It's the way you develop, who you are. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of times, a lot of people do this personal development, or they talk about mindset, but do you practice doing the daily, rituals and habits to having a better, better overall mindset? One thing that helped me understand having a better mindset is basically like nutrition. You know what I'm saying? And you have spiritual nutrition, mental nutrition, physical nutrition. And a lot of those things, back in the day, I wasn't really too focused on. And so I was, a lot of times confused in a lot of areas, things like that. Yeah, I was going to the gym, yeah, I was doing certain things, but I wasn't as clear as I am now and where I'm headed and what I'm trying to do. And I really believe that's from taking the time in those mornings, early mornings, waking up, reading my devotionals, being clear and honest with myself, right? Looking at my vision board and reflecting daily on, the things that I did and the things that I'm doing now. Am I really doing what it takes to actually get the body I want? Am I really doing what it takes to actually create financial freedom? Am I really doing what it takes to actually, sacrifice the things that I don't need for the things that I do need in the future, right? Because a lot of times people don't want to sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? I believe people are scared of the word sacrifice because they feel like they're losing out when they sacrifice. Like they feel like when you say sacrifice, a lot of people think that they're losing out on something big. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna sacrifice going to the club, or I'm gonna sacrifice going out with my boys every single night, right? Like, or I'm gonna sacrifice, not watching TV. But in reality, those things are just distractions that are holding us back from our true potential. So like I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, I always wanted to work for myself, but there were distractions that were in the way that caused me and allowed me not to do that, right? I always wanted to lift heavier weights. I always wanted to have a specific body. I wanted to have a specific lifestyle. But what was stopping me were, like I said, the mindset, right? The lifestyle, the distractions. I wanted it all at one time. And that's what was stopping me. And so, there were sacrifices that I made to get to this point, you know what I'm saying? But there's even more sacrifices I'm willing to make to get to the bigger goal. And that's what a lot of people like to miss. Like, I highly encourage you, if you are looking to really take it to the next level, change your environment. One thing I always tell people is changing your environment is huge because, when I was a kid, I remember the way I kind of grew up, through my environment. It wasn't the healthiest environment, all around, And I saw a lot of things that, I'm surprised that I even saw as a kid, So growing up, once I got to a certain age, I started realizing like, hey, I got to start taking full responsibility. And so, I started making smaller sacrifices. But the bigger sacrifices that I made were the life-changing sacrifices. Prime example, like I'm no longer going to go to this area anymore, or I'm no longer going to continue to do this kind of activity anymore, right? Because those things were developing my mindset. And what was crazy is that, I realized like, man, the reason why where I'm at today is because, where I surrounded myself with and what I was doing, So fast forward, like, being away from those things, it showed me and it helped me to become clear. Like if I wanted to get in shape and build muscle, why am I around a whole bunch of fatty foods? Why am I always around people who are always, watching negative TV? None of those things really matter because it never cultivated me to being the person I wanted to be in the gym, as an entrepreneur, as a future dad, things like that. And it's so easy to get caught up in what everybody else is saying about you. It's so easy to get caught up in what the world says about us. It's so easy to get caught up in what TV says we need to look like and what we need to be. It's so easy to get caught up in the influences that are the people that we hang around do, right? Those things are so easy to get caught up with, but I really believe, once I started being around the big dogs, and when I say big dogs, guys, I'm talking about people who, they're big ball and playing big time, and not necessarily like, I'm not, a lot of people think when I say big ballers and big dogs, they're thinking like, oh, okay, these guys are making like tens of trillions of dollars. But what I mean by big dogs, guys, like big thinkers, right? Big thinkers. How many people really believe that they can be their own entrepreneur? How many people believe they can actually drop 20 pounds and keep it off? How many people believe they can actually gain 20, 30 pounds of muscle? And how many people can believe that no matter what's going to happen, they're not going to stop until they get there, right? The majority of the world does not believe that 100%, right? And so a lot of times their belief is limited because of their surroundings and because of their overall lifestyle, right? It just limits their belief. And so like, it's so crucial to understand that, how, like, what you believe in, your daily routine, your morning rituals, guys, those things are super important. But it's your mindset, right? Like I don't go to the gym until I have the right mindset, because I don't feel the same. I don't feel like I'm gonna go 110%. I don't feel like I can give it my all. That's super important to understand. So like, you guys understand, like, when you're doing something that reaches towards your goal, you guys got to give it your all. Like, you guys got to give it your all, 110%, and there's no backing out, right? Like, when things feel tough, you've got to go back and looking at your goals and why you're even doing this in the first place. Because real talk, guys, at the end of the day, I'm not where I'm at today because, like, I just overnight just thought myself here. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took the grace of God, it took hard work, it took focus, right? It took determination, right? I had to be honest with myself. I took some L's. I took some blows to the face, right? Like, and that's not true. There's things that I did in the past that catches up to me. I think it's for everybody though, right? But what you do in the current situation you have now, build off from that and go from there. I go to the gym. I've gotten results. I've lost 15% body fat with these amazing Herbalife products, right? And I've gained 30 pounds of muscle on top of that, right? And that was life changing for me because other people saw that and wanted to do the exact same thing. So not only was I getting results, but my results were making an impact on other people. So I'm super excited for tonight, guys, because we actually have an HOM, an Herbalife opportunity meeting where we can show you. We're going to show you how to reach your health and fitness goals. Whether you want to gain muscle, you want to drop body fat, whatever the case may be, right? And then also how to make extra income. An extra $1,000, $2,000. We're going to show you how to do that as well. Super important to understand, what the capabilities are, what's possible, what's not typical, what's possible. And what's possible is whatever you put your mindset to, right? So if you guys are interested in that, I'll give you guys a link. Like, message me, right? And I'll put the link. I'll actually put the HOM opportunity link in my story as well for you guys to see. We start at 8:00 p.m. Is it Central Time? Yeah, Central Time. I just put Texas time, right? And we'll go from there. So love you guys so much, man. Happy freaking Sunday, though. I just like to pour into you guys and share with you guys, my lifestyle and how good God's been to me and the opportunities that we have to become successful. So let's get it.